Hello? Is that the bear market? I'd like to complain. It's supposed to be down only, not up, down. Thank you. Yes. Strange times these. The human brain has an infinite capacity for making the best of a bad situation. COVID hasn't gone away. It's still very much with us, but like Dua Lipa, peeps we all like. Celsius declares bankruptcy, but then the Cell token pumps 9%.
I don't understand.
The euro finally reclaimed its dollar peg this week before lapsing by a cent to end it recklessly short of a century on 99, marooned in a sea of dollar bills that nobody seems to quite know what to do with. The CPI inflation data published this week was higher than expected at 9.1%, raising the spectre of you, me, and all of our financially woke chums having to learn yet another three-letter acronym to wow our less woke chums at all the summer parties we're now going to be attending because COVID was just an elaborate piece of ambulatory theatre. I'm of course talking about YCC, or Yield Curve Control. But never mind all that. Never mind how tricky that strategy has proven for Japan. Everything's great because everything is pumping. We're back up only. Onwards to the merge. Lads, it's over. We did it. Right? More after this. There are a few platforms that put security first while helping you make the most out of your crypto. On Nexo, you can buy crypto with a card in seconds and automatically start earning interest paid out daily. If you want to restructure your portfolio when the time comes, jump on Nexo's instant exchange and get rewards on every swap. Borrowing against your crypto without selling is easy with rates starting at 0%. Nexo is the place for your crypto where you can securely buy, earn, exchange, borrow, and store your assets through the market cycles. Visit nexo.io and play the long game right. So amid all the noise and hand-wringing this week and awkward fist bumps from Joe Biden, two messages will have emerged. One, that inflation has probably topped now, the unusually high number driven up disproportionately by soaring energy prices, and the second, that yield curve control is looming on the horizon, targeting a longer-term interest rate a central bank will buy or sell as many bonds as it needs to hit that rate target. And if you remember quantitative easing, our old pal, which was introduced to combat the 2008 financial crisis, saw the Fed inject large quantities of liquidity into the financial system through massive purchases of bonds on the open market. This jacked up the prices of bonds, reducing longer-term interest rates and borrowing costs all round. The pandemic, well, that accelerated this process, then blew it completely into orbit, where it refuses to come back down again. So YCC is essentially a central bank manipulating the price of its own bonds by printing the money it needs to purchase them and capping yields in line with the desired rate of inflation. Japan has been at it since 2016, but bets are starting to stack up against the policy, with a huge amount of pressure starting to increase on the Bank of Japan to back down. Now, the issue is that if that fails, there's only really one body large enough to ride to the rescue of the yen and, of course, the ailing euro. Good old Uncle America. Now, I'm no economist, but it seems clear now, and it was probably clear before, to be honest, that interest rate hikes alone will not be sufficient to curb inflation without plunging the world into a recession. So the Fed's playbook seems to be to throw rate hikes at the machine until the inflation rate begins turning downwards, and then flip back to the thing that they do best, printing bazillions of dollars in the interests of preventing a recession. Now, whether you like it or not, Bitcoin, and by extension all of crypto, relies on that money printer for fuel, not only as purchasing power for risk assets, but also for its narrative as a hedge against inflation. And that brings us back to IDGAF, IDGAF. After a midweek smackdown as the CPI data was announced, Bitcoin, and more potently Ethereum, announced they squarely did not give a fudge. This was almost certainly due to the announcement of a possible, tentative, could be, would it, will it, can it, might do, that, yep, maybe, date for the long-awaited, what was it again? Oh yeah, the merge. September 19th, exactly 2 months from today, this very day. And this follows a successful shadow fork which went live a few days ago.
The shadow.
The merge, if you don't know, and if you don't, you should, and if you'd like to know more, here's a vid. This will see the existing proof-of-stake Ethereum we know and kind of love merge with the beacon chain that's been running for the past year, and in the process serving up painful lessons in capital management for crypto lending companies via ETH. Post-merge, locked ETH will finally be free to move and do whatever it wants to do. And this has been prompting fears of a major sell-off from larger players looking to cover their losses from the recent Luna and Three Arrows contagion. But these fears, well, they might be misplaced, as the unlock, well, it can't happen all in one go because there is a limit to how many validators can exit per epoch. And it's already been possible to trade staked ETH via derivatives, albeit at a discount. So the impact will most likely be minimal, but as with everything in crypto, make predictions at your peril. Just don't be too upset if your face, remains resolutely unmelted after it happens. That's it for today. If you'd like more detail on how the merge will happen, like I said, we made a film a few months back, and that will have you covered. I wish you IDGAF on this first Monday of the beginning of this last time you will hear me say the words. It's been emotional. Have a great week. Peace.